Hi YouTube, it's Kyger1324 back here with another top 15 video. I just thought I'd get another video done today. I just wanted to do one. And it's 8:30 now, so I'm gonna do it now while the sun's still out. Today's top 15 videos, my top 100, well not so, why did I say 100? My top 15 favourite superheroes. Now, obviously, if you can't tell, I am a massive geek, and I love superheroes, comics, that sort of stuff. Obviously, superheroes are quite big again now. Obviously, Marvel, DC dominating a lot of these movies, big budget movies now. I think that superheroes are becoming a genre of their own. And what I don't know what it is about superheroes and supervillains or the whole comic scene in general that I like. I think it might just be the fact that it's a combination between action, sci-fi, fantasy, and also it's just one of those things. It's like video games. It's no different why I like video games, and I love these superheroes. Obviously, I've got another top 15 supervillains to come as well, which I'll probably do tomorrow. I've got a few other plans as well. My top 100 shows / movies, which I'm just going to combine because I can't think of the. Because I don't know, I thought I'd combine them. I might do my top 100 favourite musicians, my top 100 favourite songs, and then I might be doing some like top types of genres of games and that, sort of like my top 15 like horror games or my top 15 like racing games, that sort of stuff. Tomorrow there will be a pickups video because I thought I do get some money tomorrow, but I thought I wouldn't have as much as what I thought because I thought I was going to go-karting and I'd have to give my cousin some money, but I don't have to do that now, so I have my money back. But and probably there'll be another pickups video Monday, depending on whether or not I have to order some train tickets. But I might order a few things on Amazon. I'm not sure, but I'm blabbering. Let's just get on with the video. Mainly this is Marvel and DC, but there is the first one here isn't Marvel or DC. It's number 15 is Judge Dredd. Now some people might be thinking, well, Judge Dredd isn't really a superhero. I like to consider him a superhero. I know he's a cop, but I really like Judge Dredd for some reason. I've read a few of the comics and I've seen both the movies. The first one is much better in my opinion. But I don't know what it is about Judge Dredd. I just really like him. He's got this sort of... He's this super cop sort of thing. He reminds me a bit of RoboCop in a way, which would be an awesome movie. Judge Dredd meets RoboCop meets Terminator. That would be a sick movie. But anyway, I don't know what it is about Judge Dredd. I just think it's really cool. Forgive me if you don't class him as a superhero. I personally do. So, Judge Dredd, number 15. Number 14 is Hulk. Yes, the Incredible Hulk. I've tried to stay away from just the mainstream. There are a few, obviously, that aren't really necessarily mainstream superheroes, but I like the Hulk. I like the different versions of Hulk. He's just a big green guy that just destroys everything in the way. I just love that. I just like him. He looked awesome in the Avengers movie. I did like the whole Kinley Superhero Squad show. That was funny. Hulk like Kitty. He was just really dumb. Ring. Watch that might be on my top 100 shows and movie list, that show. But yes, number 14 is the Hulk. Sorry if I'm not elaborating on some of these. Number 13 is the Human Torch. Again, I like the Human Torch. I'm not a massive fan of Fantastic Four, but the Human Torch I think is an awesome superhero. Just the whole concept of being just made of fire, basically. I wonder, it must be pretty hard for him to get a date sometimes. But Human Torch I think is really cool. I really like him. I know he isn't justice isn't necessarily shown about his character isn't given justice in the superhero Fantastic Four movies, but in the shows and comics I think he's pretty cool. Number 12 is Almighty Thor. Yes, Thor. Again, I like Thor. I just like this whole concept of him basically being a mythological god from Viking era. Obviously, they put a twist on it with Marvel's twist on it. I like the whole universe he's from, Asgard and that the 9 realms, that sort of thing. Thor is awesome. There's spinning hammer, Mjolnir, whatever is it, Mjolnir. Thor is an awesome character, and I love seeing the different versions of him. He's sort of very similar to Captain America in a way that he's from a different type of place, and he doesn't necessarily fit in with the modern world, but he still is an awesome character. Number 11 is Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man. He had to be on this somewhere. As a kid, I loved Spider-Man. I still like him today. I like all the Spider-Man games. I've seen the first 2 Spider-Man movies. Haven't seen any of the new ones. I've seen a few of the cartoons. I actually have one of the cartoons on DVD. I like Spider-Man, and he's a classic. Everyone knows who Spider-Man is. Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire was a better Spider-Man. Number 10 is Wolverine. I love Wolverine. He's awesome. Like, he is the ultimate badass. Like, I loved Wolverine in every single thing that he's in. I love him in the X-Men movies. I loved him in the X-Men cartoon, the games, everything. Wolverine is just fucking awesome. Having a skeleton made completely out of an unbreakable metal is mad. And having claws, I don't know. Whenever I see claws now, it just makes me think of Wolverine. Number 9 is Green Lantern. Yes, Green Lantern. Haven't seen the Ryan Reynolds movie. Might have to check that one out. Heard it ain't that bad, but not an amazing movie. But I like the Green Lantern. I loved him in the Justice League Heroes cartoon. I can't remember if it was called Justice League Heroes. It was the second Justice League cartoon they did. Sorry, I'll catch my breath. I like the fact that he has a ring, basically, which allows him to create whatever he's thinking, basically. I love the whole Lantern Corps universe, the whole different kinds of lanterns. If I could be any kind of lantern, I'd probably go with either the Sinestro Corps or the Black Lanterns, just because. Number 8 is the Flash. Flash, savior of the universe. I actually haven't seen that show, or the porn version of it. The Flash, I think I prefer the Flash over Quicksilver. I actually haven't watched the show, but I hear it's actually not too bad, so I might have to check it out one day. I like the Flash. I like the fact that he's he's fast, super fast. That would be an awesome superpower. If I could have a superpower, one of them. If I could have 5 superpowers, one of them would be special super speed. I just really like his character. The one that I'm most familiar with is Barry. I think he's called. I loved him in the Justice League cartoon. He was really cool, and I think the Flash deserves a spot on this list. Number 7 is Hawkeye. A lot of people, when they look at the Avengers, they dismiss Hawkeye. I don't. I think Hawkeye is a really cool superhero. I know he's basically just a guy with bow and arrow, but I think his special ability is basically he can never miss. He's got, Hawkeye, eyes of a hawk. I don't know, I like the fact that he's not overpowered and he's sort of like an agent at the same time. He's not an overpowered character. And Hawkeye is fucking awesome. My fiance loves Hawkeye in the Avengers movie. I think she has a crush on him. I don't blame her though, he ain't too bad. Number 6 is War Machine. Yeah, War Machine. When I saw Iron Man 2 in the cinema, I actually saw it in the cinema, I thought War Machine was pretty awesome. It's like an alternative Iron Man. And I like seeing War Machine in the movies. I just really like the armour. My favourite Iron Man armour is the original Mark 1 armour. I don't know why, it just is. And I like Hawkeye, War Machine. I just think he's a really cool superhero. Some people just say he's a Iron Man rip-off, but I think he's pretty cool. Number 5 is Robin from Batman and Robin. I know a lot of people don't like Robin, but I do. I think Robin is a pretty cool superhero. Again, You know, like Batman, not over. He's not as overpowered as Batman, but at the same time, Robin can do some pretty cool moves. He's athletic. My favourite version of Robin is the Jason Todd Robin, but obviously that's more of a villain than it is a superhero. But Robin has to be on there somewhere. Number 4 is Captain America. Yes, I never used to like Captain America, to be honest, but after actually reading some of the Captain America comics, watching the movies, the shows, I think he's an awesome superhero. One of the first Marvel superheroes, in fact, actually. He's like, yeah, he's very patriotic, but I think Captain America is really cool. I like that his shield, the way that he is very powerful. A lot of people discount him and think he's a bad superhero, but he actually has some wicked powers, super strength, that sort of stuff. And I like Captain America. Number 3, I know some people might be a bit, oh, he's not a superhero, it's an anti-hero. It's Deadpool. I know, not necessarily a hero, but I like to consider him a superhero. I really like Deadpool. I know I'm not just saying this because I've seen the movie. I have read Deadpool comics and I have, seen him in shows. I love Deadpool. He is the funniest superhero of them all. He's still a badass. A lot of people need to remember that. Just because he's really funny, he's also a badass. He is fucking awesome. You gotta love Deadpool. And the movie is fantastic. I've got to watch it again. I've got it on Blu-ray. I have to watch it again sometime. Maybe watch it when I go see my fiance. Number 2, this was a hard one, but I think I had to put him here at number 2. Is Batman. Yes, Batman. No, 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 Batman. That's actually my favourite version of Batman, actually, believe it or not. I love the campy Batman. What do I need to say about Batman? He's one of the greatest superheroes of all time. I know a lot of people are like, he's so mainstream. But there's a reason why he's mainstream, because he's so fucking awesome. He's the best. You gotta love Batman. I mean, Batman is Batman. Batman is one of the most well-known superheroes of all time. Very iconic, very noticeable, and you've got to love Batman. And number 1, surprisingly, is Iron Man. I've always been a fan of Iron Man. I've only seen the second Iron Man movie. I've seen the Avengers, of course, but every single time I've watched the cartoon, I've really hoped that Iron Man's in it, or Marvel cartoon. And every time that he's in it, I just love Iron Man. I love the fact that he has all these different suits, all these different armors. Of course, my favourite being the original. But yeah, Iron Man is probably my favourite. I love Iron Man. I think he's one of the greatest superheroes in the Marvel universe, and my favourite superhero of all time. Anyway, that was my top 15 superheroes. I'll just quickly go through them again. Number 15, Judge Dredd. Number 14 is the Hulk. Number 13 is the Human Torch. Flame on! Number 12 is Thor. Number 11 is Spider-Man. Number 10 is Wolverine. I'm looking at my laptop, sorry. Number 9 is Green Lantern. Number 8 is the Flash, or Flash, whatever you want to call him. Number 7 is Hawkeye. 6, War Machine. 5, what was that? Robin. 4 is Captain America. Number 3, whatever, is Deadpool. Number 2 is Batman, and number 1 is the almighty Iron Man. So that was my top 15 superheroes. I hope you understand. These are my opinions. These aren't fact. These are my opinions. Some people might be like, well, why Batman, no Superman? I've never really been a fan of Superman, to be honest. I like him, but he's not my favourite. So I'll just tell you a few things that I've got, at least lists that are going to come. I've got, of course, my super villains, top 100 shows / movies, tips and tricks for collecting, my personal tips and tricks, what I use and what I want to recommend. And of course, we're going to have some, maybe top 100 bands, not bands, musicians, singers, that sort of stuff. And of course, there's going to be like favourite songs, and of course, like my favourite genres of my favourite games within a genre. And of course there will be a pickups video tomorrow, and there will be some more reviews coming along your way. I think I may do a buying guide for consoles, which basically I'm just going to go over like the console, what you need to remember about the console, and sort of give my personal opinions on the console, and of course what you need to remember and what you need to remember and need to know when you're going to buy that particular console, collect for it. So anyway, I'll leave it there. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. I hope you appreciate. These are my top 15, not anyone else's. Leave your top 15 superheroes if you want to, if you like superheroes. And I'll leave that there. And I'll see you tomorrow with a pickups video. It will probably be in the afternoon. I'll probably get up nice and early. Well, early for me anyway. To go shopping. I'm going with my mate Ryan. He wants to come with me. So I said I asked him actually. So it's nice to go with him sometimes. It's not that I don't like going on my own. I do it all the time. It's just nice to go with someone else sometimes. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow with my pickups. Thank you.